What's up, guys? Frank Maialetti here on the Gorst channel. I think we got about 35 minutes of sleep total, all of us, and we're back. The grind continues. Fedor Gorst, Joe Hall, round 3, one pocket. Thanks everybody for watching. We know it's early on the East Coast, incredibly early on the West Coast, and everywhere else in the world. It's some kind of day and time. So we got one pocket action. 228 players, I think, are still remaining in the one pocket. 229 is what it says. Banks, we're down to 13. We are down to only one in the Bigfoot. There can be only one. Fedor Gorst, the winner. Fedor has not lost a match yet at the 2026 Derby. My man Ike out there, world-class moderator. I do not know too much about Joe Hall, so we will find out together. I do know they have Fedor scheduled for 2 o'clock against Mike Bandy. If you don't know Mike Bandy, he's a hell of a player. He's been around for a long time. That's showing conflict. Basically what that means is because the one pocket match could go into the 2 o'clock round. Essentially it creates a conflict. All right, getting ready to rock here. Getting started off. Fedor Gorst, Joe Hall, uno poquito. So I'm not going to hit you with the every 5 minutes like, share, subscribe situation. Just, you know what to do. Hook us up, put us at the top, hit those buttons on the side there that's got all the little hearts and all that. Let's drive ourselves all the way up to the top. When Fedor's not playing and the channel's down, you are more than welcome to come over to BSN. BSN is streaming live all day, every day here at the Derby. All right, Joe Hall. So what I want to do is, Banks was a little different, and I don't think I want to do, I could actually. I could do some customization on the fly here. Usually that's what we do around here, customize. Fedor fires 2 rails into the stack, pushes a couple balls his direction, opens it up a little bit. If you guys give me 1 second here, I am going to this up just a little bit. No one has ever won all 4 events before. Federer is the only one who has won all 4 of them, but not at the same time. All right, let's see really quick. I'm going to take this scoreboard down. And how's that? There we go. All right, great. So here's how we'll do it, guys. At the end of every rack, whenever they switch the rack and go to whatever side, and whatever player is on that side, that's their pocket. So for this one, Federer is on the left, and Joe Hulls is on the right. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm missing one ball. Who's got the ball? All right, Joe has one. Perfect. Thanks for helping me out, guys. And now we're good on the score. And put that there. Perfect. Awesome. All right. You're updated, ready to rock. Joe playing a little conservative, and rightfully so. If he fires at the 3 and misses it, could turn into an issue. So look to see him move his ball on the rail to his side of the table. Just kind of plays off the edge slightly. Fedor putting more balls back to his side of the table, leaving Joe up table. I'd like maybe Joe to move the red 11 on the bottom rail. Maybe play it up table and leave the cue tied to the bottom rail. Or he could potentially play the 3, trying to move it over. But if he does not hit the 3 and move the cue forward, the cue rolls down towards the 11. Joe looking at a couple of options here. Maybe crossing over the 1 to his side. No, he will attempt the 3. Kind of gets away with it a little bit. Hits the 11. That's what I was talking about. If he hit the 11 on the wrong side, it gives Fedor a ball to shoot and start to maneuver with. What's up, pal? How's it going, buddy? Oh, maybe a mistake. A little too firm on the 11. And that's going to give Ghost the opening he needs. It's a new Derby day. You got that right. New Derby day. Day 5? 6, 7? All right, 2 for Fedor. Just slow rolls it in. 3 for Fedor. Four. Nothing really to commentate here. The balls are just sitting there. He's firing them in. All right, 5. He's going to 2 rail the 8. leaves it up table. Joe Hull might slightly be in trouble here. So you might have a few new people to one pocket. So I'll go over the rules with you really fast. You break the rack softly. You don't actually hit the rack really hard. The object is that if you break from the left side of the table, then the right side bottom pocket is yours. If you break from the right side of the table, the left side bottom pocket is yours. Your balls can only go in one pocket, hence the name one pocket, and your player's balls can only go in one pocket also. Any ball that is made in any other pocket and that is not yours or your opponent's comes back up on the table. If you accidentally make a shot in your opponent's pocket, they get the point. Any fouls result in a ball spotting back on the table unless you do not have 0 balls, and then you can go negative. I believe in this event, shot by Joe Hull, 3 points. I believe in this event, players cannot go negative. I could be wrong on that. I might have my events mixed up. I know either between this one or the international, you can't go negative. Both players can't go negative. I'm sorry. Fedor left Joe Hull long. Makes the long shot. Now he's starting to get some points. No jump shots. Oh. Hey, Joe Hull came here to play. Look at some of these shots. So it's not that they can't go negative. What I'm saying is I don't believe both players can go negative. If they both go to negative, then they just go back to 0. And I think it's this event they can't do it. The international, I believe they both can go negative, or maybe Mr. Fleming changed that this year. And cue ball back up table. Got a little wedge going up there in the top left. We got 10 balls down, 5 for Ghost, 5 for Joe Hull. If you were not around yesterday watching pool, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but if you were not around yesterday watching pool, you need to go back and watch Fedor's bank match last night against Josh Filler. It was amazing. Go to 1 minute and I think it's like 1 hour, 15 minutes. It was probably the best bank shot I've ever seen in my life. All right, Fedor a little close to the 6. So he's going to jack up, but he just wants to get this ball to his side of the table. Nice insurance policy there by Fedor. Puts it on his side of the table, leaves it behind the 7. So Joe Hull will play the right side of the 7. Will inside English, catch the right rail, and try to tuck the cue underneath the 6. Yeah, I saw that. Like somebody put up there last night. It's the greatest bank shot they've ever seen. I have to tend to agree. All right, mistake there by Joe Hall. Might cost him this match real quick. That's going to be 6 for Fedor. He's looking at the 5. He might play the 7 in. He's going to go after it. He might go after it now, play the 7 in, then pocket the 5 and leave the cue behind the 8. You talking over in the action room there, Politica? Oh, Fedor pushes the 5 out to the bank, leaves the cue at the bottom rail. That's a good shot also. I thought for sure he was going to pocket the 5 and do the same shot he basically just did last moment, pocket it and leave it behind the 8. So Joe Hall has to come down table again. Might be prudent for Joe Hall to maybe shoot the 2 in and try to park the cue between the 8 and the 5. Yeah, he got that right shape up. He knows cue ball speed, man. 100% right on that one. He just rolls it up and parks it. Yeah, good try by Joe. He didn't want to hit the 8. If he doesn't hit the 8, he can actually leaves Fedor maybe a 2-railer, but he's still going to take the 2-railer. No, I'll take the 1-railer on the 8. Okay. I don't think that's BJ. I'm actually rooming with BJ. I think he's out of the 1 pocket. He's not playing until the 9 ball. All right, Fedor banking the 5 back where he's at. I'm going to start calling that shot the slow death. Every time he rolls it to the pocket and on that slow speed, you're just waiting for it to go in so you lose. He said I watch the action room until 5 a.m. Oh, man. All right, Joe Hall trying to avoid leaving Fedor anything clear or bankable towards his pocket. Joe's got to be careful here. He doesn't free will. Gets away with it. Leaves Fedor the bank to the bottom left. Give me bluff it. What's up, buddy? It just might be another slow death here. Let's see. All right, Joe Hall has to get this ball out, so he would maybe look to come behind the ball. Kick and stick option. Play the ball into the left side rail. Throw it towards the right side of the table. Not a bad shot. Puts it on his end, but does leave Fedor the 5. Fedor's just going to move it out of there. If I'm Joe, I maybe cross this ball over, try to put it in the opposite pocket, tie it up with the 5 ball. Oh, he didn't want to make that ball. It was okay with him putting it on the right side of the table, but he didn't want to make that ball. All right, for the first rack win here, Fedor. Banking cross corner. All right, 1-0. Fedor Gorst over Joe Hall. All right, rack number 2, Fedor Gorst to break. I'll plug it in. Fedor's going to choose the same side. Yes, young Hayden is a real good player. Sponsored by Rail Yard. taps that into the rail. All right, he's going to play one rail over and just tuck it right back on the ball. Going to leave Joe Hull in a tough spot. Yeah, the digital pool feeds are only going to have background. I believe today that there's going to be a change in the lineup of the people that will be broadcasting from here. I will let the venue make that social media post, but just know that BSN will be broadcasting all day, and there will be less people broadcasting. Of course, the Ghost will be broadcasting. All right, no balls made yet. Then I'm going to tie him right back. Oh, made a slight mistake there. Joe Hull might be able to get one here. All right, one for Fedor. Wish I knew how to count in Russian. Every time he does the finger pointing, I'd start saying it in Russian, counting balls. Oh, he may have got stuck on the 9 there. No, I can't count in Russian. That's what I was saying. It would be funny if I knew how to count in Russian. Every time he points at a ball, starts pointing at 2 or 3 balls, I'd start counting in Russian. All right, he was not hooked on that ball. And the 2 languages, English and Philadelphian. That's it. All right, cutting the 9 ball in. Cut it in and come across table. He's pointing at that 8, looking to run right into it. He does. I think we're bound to see Fedor Filler run into each other. At some point here in the 1 pocket. He said, oh, yeah, speak Philanese to us. Myrtle Beach, I don't know if that's allowed here on the stream. All right, we have 2-0 Fedor here in a race to 3. Check out Fedor's tip. All right. I've been noticing players, if you're down in a match, I have not seen players change sides. I play 1 pocket, but I would think if I'm, losing a match or whatever and a player's banking well to balls to that side, I would want to switch sides and kind of have to change up their angles a little bit. All right, Fedor just goes into the stack and just pushes a bunch of balls in that direction. Could be dangerous. Joe Hull showed us in rack number 1. He's not afraid to fire at some balls and make them. And that's 1 for Joe. Oh. He wants that one back. He definitely wants that one back. All right, 1 ball for Joe. Federer can see this ball clean. That might be an issue. I thought maybe he could play this stripe here, the orange stripe, into the pocket and kind of just spin the ball 2 rails, but it's Joe's shot, not mine. And from the chair, I'm a 900 Fargo. When I get to the table, not so much. All right, 2 down for Federer. He's freewheeling now. He's just firing in position and whatever he wants. PJ, I had to bail out of that one after a few minutes. I just didn't want to get into it anymore. To be fair, I honestly don't think he was talking about me, but I did get in my feels a little bit about what the stuff he was saying. All right, and Ghost is going to defeat Joe Hull. He's going to move on to the next round. Believe Federer will possibly play at 2 o'clock his Banks match. I'm not 100% sure. They have it written as conflict, so with his match finishing now, essentially the conflict is no longer there. But we'll see. Of course, if you want to find out if Federer plays, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And then every time we go live, you'll know. So, this is Frank Maialetti, the cue ball from the pool hall. Billiard Sports Network. I'm going to go back over to BSN for a little bit. So if you want to come to the Billiard Sports Network on YouTube and come hang out there with me, you're more than welcome. And then every time Federer goes live, I let the stream run, commentate, and I come back. I'll shoot you guys a link here. And I will see you guys soon.